planet Earth. It's time for another edition of Radio Wilder with Harry playing the greatest music ever made from around the world. Remember, Radio Wilder is partnered with the Be Kind to People Project. Learn more at thebekindtopeopleproject.org. Buy a Radio Wilder t-shirt and help out. Click on store on radiowilder.com. And please call the Radio Wilder toll-free request chat line. Give us a buzz, let us know what you're up to and what you'd like to hear. In the U.S., 1-602-935-0545. Now, crank it up for 60 years of music, stories, and life. Here's Harry.
Hello, Wilders. How are you? It's the Big H, Mr. Wilder himself, Harry Commerce Wilder, Slale, sitting in the cockpit with my son, Grayson. He's looking over here at me. The computer screen is flashing or glancing or glowing off of his big dark glasses. He's in here to help me run through tonight's program. We're happy to have you here, Grayson, and there's a couple drumsticks here, and he usually answers if he likes something or doesn't like it, or, he'll poke me with it to move along or some of those other kinds of things. Well, I had a show planned for this evening, and the show, basically, the music is still playing exactly like we had it. However, we had a big old upset coming along. I was going to talk to you about the running of the salmon and all kinds of Athabascans, and those are the native Indians of Alaska. I almost said it right that time. And I have my news and notes, going to talk to you, of course, about the big anniversary show in a couple months. And wait till you see the gorgeous, gorgeous Heart of Gold 45 record adapter table that we will be having a raffle, a lottery, whatever you want to call it. We haven't figured out the money yet, but it's a $10,000 beauty. And, of course, after shipping expense, because we're not going to ignore our neighbors in 31 other countries besides the U.S. So after the shipping expense has been taken out of the $10,000, 20% of the rest, other than what the artist receives, will go to the Be Kind, and 15%, if there is some, will be left in the Wilder coffers for Grayson and I to spend, and Terry as we see fit, which shouldn't be too much, and we can always find ways to spend things. So we haven't figured out exactly what we're going to do for the anniversary, depending on what's going on, and there's more every single day. We're going to either do two-hour shows, Friday and Saturday night, or 1 3-hour, and I'm leaning now towards the 2 hours because our friends from Denmark, Lone Kingo, I want to say Lone Kingo and our Lone Ranger and Lone Ranger and the Capers and all that, but Lone Kingo, the fabulous manager of the Caper Clowns, called Terry, and they'd like to do a Skype, kind of a download of their big festival that they did in May, and they've been busy all summer, and I'd love to have that. So if you take that with Howard the Steel Man's interviews, Ty Grimes, the fabulous drummer from Ricky Nelson, Captain Beefheart, Tim Weisberg, among others, we're going to be loaded up, and we're going to take some of the best of the sound bites. So you'll have a little bit more music than usual, but you'll also have a little bit more babble. The good news is the extra babble is not going to come from me. All right. So first thing, before we get into the big upset that happened today, I owe an apology to one of the show's favorite bands, Southside Johnny and the Ashbury Jukes. For some reason, we were cruising in Alaska, and we were in the cabin, and I heard myself say Dukes. Now, I wasn't thinking of Patty Dukes or John Wayne or anybody else. I don't know why I said it. I got 65 of his songs, and a lot of the things that they play, the way he sings and plays, is stuff that we used to like to do. So apologize, Harry, to Southside Johnny and the Jukes. Okay, so I was going to lead off with amazing, new, startling, shocking analytics, and I am going to bring this up, but instead I'm going to have to take you back to a little story before we get going. And, now that I think about it, it's going to be the story of the show. I'm not going to do it and not treat it with the proper respect, because once you hear it, all of you are going to be stunned. This is another thing that those of us that are on the wagon or in the jalopy have experienced with Radio Wilder. The outside upset things, the friends, the people we haven't talked to in years and years and years have reached out because of the wagon, brought new things to life. I really do believe a couple of my pals, rock and rollers, one specific, maybe is being stimulated by this. But the friendships, the things, and today, I think we added a lot of joy to a very lonely man's life. So let's get positive again, because it is a positive story. All right. Our request today is an HDAer, Jim Bramer. We've got Jimmy's Tune, the HDA, the Truck Emporium. The boys are reaching out quite a lot to the Wilder program, putting their requests in. And you know what I'm going to do right now? Terry, I'm going to shuffle paperwork a couple times tonight. Sorry. And what I'm going to do now, just at the head of the show, so people can know, I got pages of requests coming up, but I want these people, you guys, to know, nice enough to send them in. Mark Winter, Steve Harper, let's see, Luke Todd, Taylor Hessling, Robert Duvall, the designer, the fabulous designer of the Radio Wilder logo, which took Alaska by storm with my debut, or maybe it was my crew's body that was debuting. Mr. the great Thai chef Mule Takeda and his request, and there are many others. The point of all of it is I'm going to get to every one of you over the period of time, and we're almost caught up, and now we're behind again, which is a wonderful thing. We'll get to them all. We're going to be doing one a show because we have other things that keep coming up in the show, but it's great, and the more the merrier, and we're happy, very happy to have them. All right, so I think I took care of all of that. Have a very interesting show tonight. We have 3 stickies. Yeah, one giant sticky, very famous sticky. And the first thing I'll talk about is it's not really a sticky. It's kind of like we have a number 2 song coming out is Johnny Burnette, coming out of the rock and roll graffiti section, Mike LeBeau's library, disc 7. It's a 1960 tune, Dreamin. Okay, no. Oh, yeah, Grayson just spoke me. Don't sing along now, Harry. I can't help it. Boy, you ought to hear it when you guys are listening to tunes and I'm in command over here, singing and dancing, whatever I like. He and his brother, Dorsey, were some of the early rockabillys and then rockers. They were boxers. They were in the service. They had a million different kinds of bands in those days, breaking up, moving. It wasn't as dramatic as today's bands, but they had jobs. They had to go back and go to work, and they couldn't get anything done, and they loved playing their music. So this isn't a sticky. This is just something I read there, and it's not enough to go crazy because he had a short career. But he finally just said, well, we got to go out to Hollywood where all the action is. So this brings another one of our faves into view, Mr. Ricky Nelson. They decided that they would camp out. They found out where Ricky Nelson, they got a map of the Hollywood stars, found out where Ricky Nelson lived, camped out on his front porch or his doorstep till he came out. They played some of their songs for him. He helped them get some record play, get some stuff, and they started to do a little bit better. 3 or 4 nice hits that he had, and they called themselves Rock and Roll Trio and several different kinds of things, Dorsey and Johnny, the brothers, and they'd break up occasionally, have their fights. I think that while they were making their progress, unfortunately, he liked to fish. So one night he had his unlit fishing boat out on a lake in California, and a cabin cruiser, hit the boat, knocked him over, and he drowned at the age 30. So it's one of those things where I thought, okay, it's kind of a star-crossed deal, but maybe he would never get the recognition otherwise that he did. And the other stickies got a very interesting double play. And we don't exactly have a father and daughter, but I'm going to stretch it a little bit and kind of tie the two things together. And so at that particular time, okay, we're past the Deuces or Wilder, so we can go. I've stalled enough for you folks. About time to get down to music. What do we want to do here? 2, 3. I don't know what to do. I'm just going to start off with 3. Why don't we just do that? Start off the show with 3 very quick ones. And then I'll tell you the second one is Johnny Burnette, Dreamin', and then we'll hit the other 2. Come back to life and begin the program. It's going to be a good program. It's going to be a cool program, and it will have a real shocker of the story. So let's get rocking.
Hey, little girl with your eyes on fire, singing that song, sha-la-la-la. Hey, little girl, they're rolling that tire, singing that song, sha-la-la-la. Sha-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la. Sha-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la. Singing now, my baby. Hey, pretty boy with your eyeball tight, humming that tune, sha-la-la-la. Hey, pretty boy, but you think you're real fat, singing my song, sha-la-la-la. Wake me when you're done, wake me when you're gone. Wake me when you're done, wake me when you're gone. Sing it one time now. Sha-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la. Ooh. Sha-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la. Hey, little girl with your eyes on fire, singing that song, sha-la-la-la. Hey, pretty boy, they're rolling that tire, humming that tune, sha-la-la-la. Wake me when you're done, wake me when you're gone. Won't you do it? Wake me when you're done, wake me when you're gone. Sha-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la. 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 Sha-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la.
Dreamin', I'm always dreamin', dreamin', love will be mine. Searching, I'm always searching, hoping someday I'll find someone to love me, someone who needs me. But until then, well, I'll keep on dreaming, keep right on dreaming, dreaming till my dreaming comes true. Dreamin', always dreaming, dreaming, love will be mine. Searching, I'm always searching, hoping someday I'll find someone to love me, or someone who needs me. But until then, well, I'll keep on dreaming, keep right on dreaming, dreaming, till my dreaming comes true.
All your best when your daddy gonna talk to you. But you was living in another world, trying to get a message through. No one heard a single word you said. They should have seen it in your eyes, what was going around your head. Oh, she's a little runaway. Daddy's girl ran fast, all those things he couldn't say. Ooh, she's a little runaway. Different light every night, guaranteed to blow your mind. I see you out on the streets, calling for a wild time. So you sit home alone, 'cause there's nothing left that you can do. There's only pictures hung in the shadows left and look at you. You know she likes the lights at night on the neon Broadway sign. She don't read that line, it's only love she wrote to find. Ooh, she's a little runaway. Daddy's girl ran fast, all those things he couldn't say. She's a little runaway. No one heard a single word you said. They should have seen it in your eyes, what was going around your head. Ooh, she's a little runaway. Daddy's girl ran fast, all those things they couldn't say. Ooh, she's a little runaway. Daddy's girl ran fast, now she works the night away.
Grayson liked Runaway by Bon Jovi. Sha La La, Wake Me When You're Done. Done by The Late Show off the Sha La La. Kind of almost a one-hit wonder band, but they've done some work since. Very good tune, like it, happy with it. I'm glad everybody knows and I'm happy with it, and so that's good. Okay. All right. So I guess the best thing to do from here is we're looking around here. We got about an even split between the one or two 150s that I can see coming up in the next set. We're going to be doing threes tonight. We'll do several of threes. Sometimes I have as many as, depending on how the list comes out, 22, maybe 23, 20, 21. This playlist, this show only has 18 songs. However, it's just as long or longer than others because we have 3 or 4 that are, they demand a little bit of airtime when they come on. So we're going to give them the airtime. And I wanted to play, I was listening to The Funky Drummer by James Brown. It's a great drum song, great song, but it was a little too long. And I thought, well, first I had it in the list. Then I put it at the end of the list. I thought, we'll take it out for the crowd and I'll let them go out. And I said, nah, I'm not going to do it. But I did end up with some drumming stuff into this show by a real last minute freak. And also I had I had a song added right at the very end, sent in by Mr. Mike LeBeau just as a suggestion, and it just happened to work out just fine for this show. So I think everybody's going to like it and enjoy it, and we'll have a good time. And this date in 1948, this is a big one for you. The Hells Angels were formed in California. So I thought you'd like to know that. And let's see, I'm trying to put everything together in this because it's going to be at least a 10-minute blowout about the story that I am going to have. So I guess the best thing for me to do in that situation, Harry, is probably go back and play some rock and roll. And then you can move the beautiful playlist along until you come to, and it's not going to come to a halt. We will pull the jalopy over, turn it off. Well, we don't turn the engine off ever. We'll really put into idle because it was a real stunner today, what happened. And pretty great. But I will say this. I think a few shows ago, I talked to you about going in and having a cancer that ripped out of my face. I don't know what they call it, basal cell or something. And, this is a face for radio. It's adored by people throughout the world listening to this program. So I made a light of it because I've had them cut off my face before. I don't like it now that we have the big jalopy because the fans have to see it. But unfortunately for Harry, it came back to give me a call a couple of weeks ago and say, you actually do have a little cancer right there. You have to come in. So today I went for the consultation, and it's very small and very light. But I had the doctor laughing and his assistant as I pointed out the beauty of my face, and while they can't carve it up too much. So a week from tomorrow, I'll go in for the slicing and dicing at 9:00. And here's what I did completely, because I keep folks fixating on the story today, and I think you'll see why. I completely forgot to tell you about the analytics. See, this show is not choreographed. I mean, obviously there's some things, the no's and notes and a few little goodies, and Terry's going to be enraged because I will shake the papers when I tell the story, because I have to read you a handwritten letter that my wife translated into double spacing so I can read it, and it'll add to the story. But the analytics haven't been there in 2 weeks. Last time Harry showed up, to the best of my memory, which was probably about 3 weeks ago, we were cruising, had been really picking up steam. The shows have been picking up steam. We had a couple of, a great 1st of August, a couple of okay, they're still all wonderful. And then actually the 1st of August was a record breaker. A couple of mediocre in the middle of August fans, shows. You don't know if they're new fans showing up and the old ones saying, I'll take a break and get back to this. I don't know that, except for this next detail, which will prove to you that there are new fans coming out, and the old ones say, I'll come pick them up later on demand, because we always want to keep growing. We like that. But we were cruising in about, let's say 2 months ago, 315 cities throughout the world. Then the last I remember was about 375, which is unbelievable. Well, when we got the analytics Tuesday, I could not believe it. I made Terry check it 3 times, but you don't need to check Google Analytics 3 times. We went to London. We said, are these right? Are these possible? The jalopy is now cruising overseas, around the place, in 475 cities. I thank everybody for that. And obviously you like 70 Years of Rock, so good. If you're getting some new stuff, either from me or our requests or our fans or whoever's sending me stuff, awesome. 475 cities. There's a chance by the official 1-year anniversary, which is September 22nd, and there's no way in hell we'll have the anniversary show then. That is going to be late October or early November. There's just too much stuff to disseminate and videos and this and that. We want to make it a great one. We're thrilled, never even thought we'd have any kind of a show, much less an anniversary. So 475, and as of Tuesday, each show starts, of course, on Friday. And we look at the analytics on Tuesday. So you have the analytics for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So you still have 3 days to go. Well, it's already the highest rated show of all time with 3 days to go. So we really do appreciate that. And it makes us just want to do more and do better for you. And thank you so much for listening. And 475 cities. And we even picked up a couple of biggies that, of course, a bunch of them, I don't know where the hell they are. But we picked up Philadelphia, picked up Palm Springs, and some other ones too besides that. Chattanooga. Fantastic. Wonderful. You can't ask for anything better than that. It's just, it's a great thing. And it reinforces what you're doing, makes you want to do. It's like a restaurant, or Ty and I were talking this morning. When your band begins to get a following, and pretty soon, wherever you play, you see more and more people. Some people have heard about you from other venues. It really does pump you up. So, okay, we're done with all the bragging here. It's not really bragging. It's a tribute to y'all. It's, again, for the 5,000th time, it is a 70-year rock. And here's one little other insight to the analytics. We have the shows, and they're rated in order of listeners, people who have listened to them, and the historical look at them. One always remains the lead. And it's just because people go, what the hell is this thing? So they go to 1. But what we noticed were some of the earlier shows, number 5, number 8, 1 or 2 other, they weren't anywhere to be seen. Some of the later shows, the longer shows, the bigger shows, the teens shows, 15s, 14s, 22nd. All of a sudden, some of these earlier shows started to show up on the radar. A couple of them, one of them cracked the top 5, 2 cracked the top 10. So that means they're new listeners, is the best that we can guess. And they're going back and listening to the shows. So that's great as it is. Let's see. Okay. So we have a 1957, the oldest in here, the earliest one by Mr. Jackie Wilson, Lonely Teardrops. And then I'm going to just lay this one out because I already started. We have Warsaw, a 2010 hit from Joy Division, and it's off the remastered album of theirs that they did singles in 78 and 80, but they remastered it in 2010. That is an honest remaster. And then I Am a Rock, Simon and Garfunkel, from the great Hall of Fame top 10 album, probably of all time, Sounds of Silence. So you get a 57, a 2010, even though it's a remaster of 78 and 80, and a 1966. Best to do, best to go out, best to move, and best to have and shed a few lonely teardrops.
My heart is crying, crying, lonely teardrops. My pillow never dry, lonely teardrops. Come home, come home. Just say you will, say you will, say you will. Hey, hey. My heart is crying, crying, lonely teardrops. My pillow never dry, lonely teardrops. Come home, come home. Just say you will, say you will, say you will. Hey, hey. Just give me another chance for our romance. Come on. nothing but bird crying, lonely teardrops. My pillow never dry up, lonely teardrops. Come home, come home. Just say you will, say you will, say you will. Hey, hey. Say it right now, baby. Come on, come on. 1, 2, 5, go. I was there in the backstage when this light came around. I grew up not a changeling, but when the first time around, I could see all the weakness, I could pick all the faults, but I could see all the fake tests, just a stick in your throat. B1G, B1G, B1G. Hung around in your soundtrack to mirror all that you've done, to find the right sound of reason, to kill the feel as for one. I can see all the cold facts, I can see through your eyes. All this told me no contact, no matter how hard we tried. B1G, B1G, B1G. I can still hear the footsteps, I can see all the walls. I slid into your man traps with no hearing at all. I just see contradiction, I had to give up the fight, just to live in the past tense, to make believe you were right. B1G, B1G, B1G. 3, 5, oh, 1, 2, 5.
You're listening to Radio Wilder with Harry. Call 1-602-935-0545 to make your request. Tell us where you're calling from and what you're up to.
A winter's day in a deep and dark December, I am alone, gazing from my window to the streets below on a freshly fallen silent shroud of snow. I am a rock, I am an island. I built walls, a fortress deep and mighty, that none may penetrate. I have no need of friendship. Friendship causes pain. It's laughter and it's loving I disdain. I am a rock, I am an island. Don't talk of love, well, I've heard the word before. It's sleeping in my memory. I won't disturb the slumber of feelings that have died. If I never loved, I never would have cried. I am a rock, I am an island. protect me. I am shielded in my armor, hiding in my room, safe within my womb. I touch no one and no one touches me. I am a rock, I am an island, and a rock feels no pain, and an island never cries.
Never get tired of songs off of that album. Grayson was pleased with that. He also liked that little set. Thought it was good. I'm still buzzing over my nice little meal. This is almost like pregame, like an athlete or something would have. So I have a routine that I like to do. I like to I have the studio set up. I had it set up from a preview, so I didn't have to do all the work to set it up, which I don't mind, but that kind of gets me into the mental deal. Just like when we used to play, you get yourself mentally set up. And then like to just kind of take about a 20-minute cat nap and get my thoughts together. And then I like to come in here and look at the playlist and rummage around. And Marlene makes me like a pregame something, whatever it is. And I had one of my favorites tonight, the Fabulous Korean Bowl. It's I don't know, I'm sure you all love to know this, but it's made with, what is it made with? Turkey and all kinds of stuff that is very spicy and Korean-like, and it's good, and it's on rice. And I had a delicious, which I have one at my side right now. If you hadn't had them, they're great. They are made by Arrowhead, and they're sparkling black cherry, non-alcoholic. And after my cruise, look at sitting here with a cruise body, we have to tune things down, because probably a week ago at this time I was digging into some custom peanut butter bar on the boat, whatever that might be. All right, I think it's time. I can't hold myself back any longer, so I'm going to tell the story. In the very first program that we had, that we did to start things off, I told everybody what this thing was about. It was a digital diary for my daughter, kind of led along about how I fell in love with music at about 10 years old. That's the best I can recollect. And to tee it off, it was launched by my dad buying me a green transistor radio, 1958 transistor radio. Every night I would go to bed, and either under the covers, I remember side of the bed or under the covers, because if he heard it, he'd make me turn it off. And I would just listen to rock and roll and fall asleep. Of course, most of the mornings, the battery was then dead. So after a while, my dad bought me a big old bag of batteries and said, son, you've got to try to turn that thing off. Maybe that's developed my love nowadays for the last 20 years. If every time I go on the road to a hotel or a place, I'm looking for the sleep control on the remote so I could set my own time, because I must have an hour and a half of stuff to listen to, even though I only listen to usually 5 to 8 minutes and fall asleep. I have to have it. And it doesn't wake me up usually, especially if it's an hour. My daughter's very similar. We share that. So maybe that's it. Maybe if that transistor had a timer, it would have been great. Okay, so we talked about that, and that's how I listened to music. That's how I heard songs in 1958. That's how I heard about the day the music died, the plane crash of 1959. And I did not hear about the Liz Taylor, Michael Todd deal, because my dad just told me that. But I was listening to music before 59. And remember, the day the music died, I believe, was early Feb of 59. So I didn't just turn it on then. So 58's the best I can recollect. Well, I started looking at the numbers 58. This is Touretting a little bit. The house I live in right now was started in 1958. My aunt and uncle's house. That's where we live in PV. All right. So anyways, Leilani, the social media queen for the Wilder Wagon, one day about 6 or 8 weeks ago, she said, do you have a picture of your turquoise transistor radio? I'm thinking, yeah, sure. I got it hanging around right over here. Said, no, I don't. So I asked Marlene, I said, would you mind going and looking on eBay if by some freak there may be one of those or even close to it, a 58, 59, and it has to be turquoise because I want to see a turquoise. And she told me, she was talking to me one day about looking at a couple different models and stuff, and I forgot about it. Didn't even think about it. So I got back to the office this week, walked in, and there was a big old thing from American Express with some wine. The girls will love that. I don't drink much wine, but it was a nice present from American Express. We're a pretty big card user of theirs. The company is. And then there was another box on top with all kinds of writings. Fragile, don't crush, don't pile boxes on. And this box was, let me see, I'm going to go here. I'm going to say 10 inches, 3 inches deep, something like that, maybe 8 inches across, cardboard. And every inch was handwritten on bottom, sides, top. And I didn't pay it, and it was addressed to Marlene. So I thought, she's ordered some piece of jewelry, but it said China on top of fragile China, fragile this part of it. I thought, what has she got? And I forgot about it. I brought it home. And this was, I was buzzing after those analytics. I could not believe we were in 475 cities. Listen, I just couldn't. Still stuck at 32 countries, even though now you know it's really 33 because Alaska is a country. We've decided that on the Radio Wilder program. Alaska is a country. That's how I'll address it. And we already had listeners there. So it's 32 countries, now 33. But in the World Geographical Index, it's still 32. But everything else blew out the door. So I was buzzing about that, the Wilder wagon, and zooming in. And then Terry had told me about Lone reaching out. It was a real good buzz about Wilder. And so Marlene gets to this box and opens it up. And inside, with a beautifully written note, which I'm going to read to you, was a 1958 almost perfect turquoise transistor radio. It even had the leather case. And in those days, the leather case had kind of little holes in it where it mirrored the little sound holes on the transistor. And then you'd fold it over the top and it would snap into the back. Well, the two hinges where it would bend over the back, if you will, they had lost their strength, but it was perfect, the leather was. And this thing was, and I freaked out. I said, I can't believe, babe, you got the transistor. That's awesome. That's wonderful. Leilani's going to love it. It'll immediately be on the show, and on and on and on. Well, that was only part of it. There were 4 stickies with notes on the stickies. And it read like this. I'm getting the paper, and I'm going to read it exactly like it's read because this is how we got it. This is, Marlene titled it at the top, Transistor Radio, and the person she bought it from was Gary Lawrence Hansen. And he sent this note in the package on Friday, August the 10th this year. Dear Marlene, thanks so much for you purchase. I'm sure it was your, but that was just written, and he was probably busy. And then it has an asterisk. Thank you for your purchase, period. And then an asterisk, very important, period. Turning, and then on is the word on is in caps. Turning on. And I'm trying to read it exactly like it is. Dial down very gently, period. I checked again while rapping, period. Sound crisp and loud. Be gentle when shutting off dial up, and you will hear a click, period. If you want, you can leave the new batteries in, but take them out when, say, you're not going to use in a long time. Also, be very careful when dialing or tuning a station in, period. Just be very gentle. It is 60 years old and it works fine. I was 14 or 15 years old, parens, when I got it. I hate to let this go, but it's time. I can't take it with me, and I'm now in my 70s. I wonder where all the years went so fast, and doing this all alone, it's not easy. I used to lay in bed with this and listen to stations. So with that, Marlene, I will close. Take care of the radio, and it will take care of you. With warm regards, Gary Hansen. That makes me kind of emotional even reading it. Well, that's not the end of the story. So the end of the story is we looked him up, found his phone number. He's from Philadelphia, from Jenkintown, I believe, but suburb of Philly. So I left him a message. Terry the sleuth found the number, left him a message on his voicemail, and within about 10 minutes he called me back, and we said hello to each other. He said, "Look, Harry, I can't really talk right now. I'm sick. I'm on a lot of medication, and I'm not feeling good, and I just got out of bed just to check messages, and maybe we can talk at another time." And I said, "Well, let me just tell you how much this green transistor means to me." But he said, "Well, yeah, I'd like it, but I want to give you the proper due," or whatever he said. But I really don't feel very well. I said, "Okay." So we talked another 1 or 2 minutes, and then the conversation started to go on. And he told me, and this is private stuff, but I don't think Gary would mind, because I said I'm going to talk about it. He said, I'm lonesome, and I wish it was back in the 50s when things were simple and they were nice. He talked a little bit about the Cuban invasion, the Bay of Pigs thing, and then he talked about just basically how life used to be. He has no family, nobody. And I said, "Well, you're now in our family." And I tried to tell a little bit about the transistor, but even then I didn't get a lot in. He said, "The woman in your office called me," that was Chris, "and she was very cultured and very well-spoken and told me, 'Gary, I have your package.'" Because apparently Gary was calling the post office to see if the package had been delivered, and we were cruising, totally unaware of this package. And then he brightened up a little bit, and then I told him about the show, and he couldn't believe it. So he wrote down RadioWilder.com. If he feels better today, he won't be listening to this show because it's taped a few weeks out, but maybe he'll listen to our show this weekend. I said, "Gary, I'm going to have the transistor radio. I'm going to have the box. I'm going to have a leather case, and your sticky notes, all on the show." And I said, "It's exactly the same transistor that I had." And he listened to it the same way we did, under the covers, getting his rock and roll fix. So we moved along 15, 20 minutes in, and I could tell he was, a little happier. I said, you're in our family now, you're this, because he was a lonesome man. And then he said, "Well, I'm all over the internet." And I said, "What?" He said, "Yeah, I'm all over the internet. I'm Gary, the train guy." I said, "Really?" And during this conversation, he had told me, he said, "I loved and revered Elvis Presley." So he said, yeah, I put this train collection, my trains are here and there. Okay. That surprised me. I knew he's on eBay, so he's not computer illiterate. And then he said, "And I also have a musical place where I have some 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s songs, and that's where I cut out." And I said, "Well, I never cut out, Gary. A lot of my friends that are my age just, they have their right to say, 70s or 80s is good enough for me. Maybe they catch somebody new." I said, "I never stopped." And that's probably the reason we have this program. I was listening till the day we started this thing in 2017 to stuff up to 2017. So he said, "Oh, I can't wait to hear the show." And he said, "You can download," so you can go to Google and look up Gary, the train guy. And in some browsers, you need to put an H at the very end. I found the 56, the music thing is called The Way It Was in the 50s. I found part 2, which is very short. I haven't been able to find part 1. But when we pulled up his train video, it was unbelievable. Here was Gary singing, channeling Elvis Presley while the trains went around, beautiful, and you can buy the DVDs. I was totally blown away by this whole thing. Completely knocked me off my axis. My GPS spun. And I felt very emotionally attached to this guy. And then I put Marlene on the phone with him, and we really felt like, he said, we told him, "You're family now. We're family with you, Gary. You're not alone." And he perked up, and we perked up. So the Radio Wilder wagon, how it touches people in different ways, I told Shelley and Terry, I said, it is, without using all the cliches, it's strange to me. And I guess they say mysterious ways, but it's very strange to me and very, very beautiful the way that it does. All of it starting with music, all of it starting with how this thing went on. If we didn't have this Radio Wilder, I wouldn't be talking to anybody about the transistor radio. It'll be a private thing for Shelley and I, and maybe a few people who would want to listen to the music. So when you see this transistor, Marlene's going to take a Q-tip, not with water or anything, and just stick in between the little front. And I haven't even turned it on yet. I don't even want to, but I may do it on the anniversary show. Turn it on. I don't even remember. I presume it's just AM. But what a thrill for Harry today. Leilani, you will have your green transistor radio. No, it's not mine, but it's exactly the one I had. And Ty, when I was talking to him this morning, he said, I had a red one. So those of us of a certain age, we got our music through transistors, listening to the rock stuff. And remember, there wasn't a lot of rock and roll stations in the 50s when we were little baby kids. But that's how it's evolved. So I hope that I didn't go off the trail too much, but this meant a lot to me and a lot of how this show brought this in. And if it gave joy, and Terry said, if it's a blessing to this man, you all know me. I'm a nut. I move around. I don't get too emotional, except for songs and how much I like them. But that was a big deal. Okay. Well, there'll be more on that. You'll see it on the site. This site's going to have to be just a giant. Coming up next, as they like to say, I think we can do 3. We're going to hit 3, and then we're going to hit 3, guys, and Angel Voice. When we hit 3 or T and the controls, then I'll introduce the deuces, and you can go in them. But I'm only going to play 3, so don't get nervous. And I think it's about time. I think I've talked for 8 or 9 minutes. It's time to rock. It's time to roll on RadioWilder.com.
little time to think things over. I better read between the lines in case I need it when I'm older. Mountain I must climb feels like the world upon my shoulder. But through the clouds I see love shine. It keeps me warm as life grows colder. In my life there's been heartache and pain. I don't know if I can like love has finally found me. In my life there's been heartache and pain. I don't know if I can face it again. I can't stop now. I've traveled so far to change this lonely life. I wanna know what love is. I want you to show me. I wanna feel what love is. I know you can show me. I wanna know what love is. I want you to show me. I wanna feel what love is. I know you can show me. Let's talk about love. I wanna know what love is. Love that you feel inside. Want you to show me. I'm feeling so much love. I feel what love is. No, you just can't hide. No, you can show me. I wanna know what love is. Let's talk about love. No, you can show me. I wanna feel it. I wanna feel what love is. I feel it too. And I know you can show me.
Hi, this is David Sweetlaw on RadioWilder.com, where you can hear the newest and the best music in rock and roll.
Well, I came upon a child of God, was walking along the road, and I asked him, where was he going? Listen, told me, well, I'm going down to Yaska's farm, gonna join
sitting in this chair, I do direct the playlist. I put them together, and then any contributions, we put them in. I'm not going to tell you again for the 4 millionth time how we do this, but it comes together. And this is a funk because the song I just played, I Want to Know What Love Is, about 3 or 4 weeks ago, Mike L. reached out and said, hey, you guys, have you played this on the show? I said, well, it's scheduled down the road. And then about 2 days later, he sent me another song, and I was able to incorporate, this was already incorporated because I changed some things at the end when I got into that drum thing that I'll talk about. But today was a humbling experience for me, and I've loved this show for all the reasons. And I built businesses all my life. Most of them are not rivaling GE. I never built this. This thing wasn't built at all. It was, I love my daughter, and with the advent of digital world, electronics, internet, all that kind of stuff, I knew CDs. I knew there'd be a way to leave my life story to my daughter who had given me, as if you hear the first episode of this show, diary, write up your life so far as it is so far. And my Dr. Connie told me to do that, and several other people. And so that's how it started, very innocently and for a good reason. And I remember our Be Kind people said, we want to partner up with you because your reasons for this show are what we're all about. So that's all been great, and I've enjoyed it. And yesterday was all about the analytics. I was shocked. I mean, seriously shocked. I could not believe it. It was stunning. Yet, once this thing came in last night, it completely threw me off that. I didn't think about analytics. I didn't think about the growth of the show. I didn't think about the anniversary show. I thought, I can't believe this guy wrote all this stuff. I can't wait to talk to him. And once I talked to him, it really humbled me for what the power of music can do. I think and I hope, Gary, that because we said your family sitting out there in Philly by yourself. I mean, he said something to Marlene. I don't even like where I live now. I don't want to go out the front door. I'm afraid. Go to the back. And he said something to me, don't ever get old. And I said, Gary, I'm only 4 or 5 years younger than you are. And he said, well, you sound so powerful, so energetic. I said, well, that's probably because I'm surrounded by people that love me and family. And I'm naturally, I'm just a psycho, Gary. I'm different. I'm not all that's good either. It's just how I am and how I've operated. As I told him, or I wanted to tell him that, and I did say it in the first show, I think, that they talk about fantasy leagues. I had my own fantasy league at 11 years old. I had an NBA league. I had a little game where you had these little, almost like ping pong balls, but real teeny, a basket on either end, and you would hit this thing and it would shoot one into another. I took the NBA in those days, the Syracuse Nationals, Celtics, Minneapolis Lakers, all those teams, and I had leagues and played them, high-scoring games. That's just been, I don't know if that's a precursor to business, but the point I wanted to make was this humbled me today. It made me emotional. It made all of us emotional. I think my daughter couldn't speak on the phone, and I really appreciate the wagon for being able to do that for us. So when I started to play these songs, I'm listening to Rasberry Beret by Princey, of course, and then Foreigner, the great Foreigner. That's the song Mike wanted. And then Stephen Stills and his gang did the Woodstock. But when I was listening to Rasberry Beret, as it started to go to Foreigner, I thought, I want Terry, and I'm going to leave him a note on this. Well, you're hearing this show, so hopefully I know he would do it. I want to fade Rasberry Beret right into Foreigner. I want to know, because it works. It works. I've never said that on this show. He's getting real good at that anyways. But I want to fade as Rasberry Beret is just ending. I want to know what love is. It's just coming on. It's going to work perfect. So I'm very... I think all of that is just because I was super focused. I want to know what love is. I listened to the whole song in relation to what happened today. All right, I'm not going to go completely mellow on you. I can't be mellow. So we're going to do a Deuces with the beautiful White Rabbit, Jefferson Airplane, 67, off the Ignition album. This is the box set. And then we're going to do Dr. Drone, a funkster, a dubstep remix off the dubstep album. Does a real nice job of that. I remember a story that in Neil Young's life story that I read. This shows how crazy they were in the 60s. He was out and he was in LA and he was going over to see the airplane or go to their house or anything. And he went over there and Grace Slick just opened the door topless, said hi. It meant nothing to her. And just opened the door and moved in. That's how people were in those days. That, of course, was the lead singer of the Airplane. We'll do the deuces. And what do we have left? Oh, yeah, we still got some interesting things coming up left. So let's just do the deuces. Let me try to recover here, get my equilibrium, and I'll figure out. We'll always come out ahead because it is the wagon. But this time the wagon did something really beautiful for me today and hopefully beautiful for Gary. So we appreciate you, Jalopy, for that. We'll clean you up and make you look good and put some racing fuel in your engine.
Out of the Deuces or Wilder covers vault comes rock's best songs with cool and sometimes crazy or bizarre covers. It's time for Harry's Deuces are Wilder.
One pill makes you larger and one pill makes you small, and the ones that mother gives you don't do anything at all. Go ask Alice when she's 10 feet tall. And if you go chasing rabbits and you know you're going to fall, tell 'em a hookah smoking caterpillar has given you the call. Call Alice when she was just small.
you larger, and one pill makes you small, and the ones that mother gives you don't do anything at all. Go ask Alice when she's 10 feet tall. And if you go chasing rabbits and you know you're going too far, tell them I've got smoking caterpillar has given you the call. Call Alice when she was just small.
Grayson, what'd you think of that one? You liked it. He's waving his drumsticks around. He was pleased with that cover by Dr. Drone on the White Rabbit, Deuces or Wilder cover. We have the Enquirer, of course, and 2 stickies left. And I'm trying to tie a bunch of this stuff together. And I don't know how I can do it, except if I do 3. And we also have a Mr. Jim Bramer's Guns N' Roses selection. Maybe if we just do 3. Okay, I think we figured this out. I think we know how to handle it now. What I'm trying to tie into is what I think I better do first is zoom off to the Enquirer, and then we can play these little games with drums and congos and conga and every other kind of thing and make this happen. And father and daughter, the Sinatras, make all this work. So let's see if I can try. Cake, and they're going to be coming along doing Frank Sinatra off the Sopranos shows, the Pepper and Eggs, the music from HBO. They're a group that was formed in Sacramento, kind of an alternative, known for their lead singer, John McRae's sarcastic and monotone lyrics. They're all over the place where they get their inspiration. Country, Moroccan, rock, funk, Iranian folk music. I don't know if that's sarcastic, and hip hop. Their first album, Motorcade of Generosity, and the song Rock and Roll Lifestyle hit number 35. Their second album, which was called Fashion, went platinum on the strength of its lead single, which is The Distance. Interesting song. They did it on their own label, Upbeat Records. The band released, what did they do? Showroom of Compassion in 2011, and it was the first album to debut number 1 on the charts, selling 44 grand after the first week. Currently, they're on tour, and they have dates this month in September. So Cake did that. All right, that's one sticky. And then the other one, we have to treat it with the honor and respect. I'm doing this kind of backwards, but we have Gloria Estefan, which is, of course, more well-known as the Miami Sound Machine, Cuban-American singer, songwriter, actress, and businesswoman. She started, her first group was the Miami Latin Boys, and that's what turned into the Miami Sound Machine. Our song, the one we're playing for tonight, Conga, is the one that made her known worldwide. In the middle of 1988, the band got their first number 1 hit for Anything for You. Then we saw this on a show. They had a tremendous bus accident in 1990. They didn't know if she'd ever be back, if she'd be severed, if she'd suffer paralysis. She made a tremendous physical therapy effort and physical workout effort to be back less than 1 year later. And in 1993, her Spanish language album, Mi Tierra, which means My Land, won the first of her 3 Grammys. It was the first number 1 album to make the number 1 on Latin R&B when it was released. She also has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, Presidential and American Musical Awards for Lifetime, Achievement, Songwriters Hall of Fame, VH1 Top 100 Artists, Billboard's Top 100 Artists of All Time, sold over 100 mil, about 31 in the United States. Pretty creditable. And then for Mr. Jim Bramer in there, let's see. What are we going to do here? Let's figure this thing out. All right, let's just go to the Encore to hell with all of it, and then we'll figure out make it beautiful for you, more music. Enquire Gold this week.
It's a Radio Wilder news flash, because inquiring minds and behinds want to know.
Hollywood producer wants 7 stars to play George Michael, the Doom singer. The story's too big for one actor, they say. A-Rod topples Michael as the top jock. I'm not going to give you these stories, but A-Rod is Alex Rodriguez, and Michael is Michael Strahan. Craig cleans up for KLG's gusts of lust. We'll leave that to your imaginations. And don't worry, if your child's lying, or in this case, child's fibbing, is no cause for worry. And there's a big dementia risk for skinny, fat folks. Either one. We're super skinny or super fat. I don't even know why I put that in. That's not too great. Then there's The Miracle on the Hudson. That's another good headline for it. Those are kind of mediocre. I got to do a better job of that. But I did them, and that's how it goes.
RadioWilder.com with Harry.
Okay, the gift shop candy I put this week. The Armed Forces rings. You can have any one of the branches. It's got gold plating, 12 genuine diamonds. It's not bad looking. And I mean, it's a nice ring. And meaningful inscriptions inside, a branch motto inscribed for each branch inside the band. Available in whole sizes, 7 through 16. You get a lovely presentation box included with each. The rings, now this is when you step up at their Inquirer gift shop when they start charging $150. This is $149 plus, of course, $7.80 of shipping, and you can get it in 4 payments of $39.20. So there you go, Enquire Gold. Now we're just left with naked music, and that's what I need to get me moving along. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to handle this in a funky kind of way, and then just do, what can I do? 1, 2, 3. I'll do 4. All right. We're going to have Cage the Elephant, which is not funky at all. Come a little closer. I like that. Come a little closer. And Frank Sinatra off The Sopranos on HBO, the show, which I mentioned, done by Cake. Then the odd one here that just came in right before I did this show. Well, I heard it the other day, and it's got some really nice drums in it. It's called Drummer Man, and many people have done it, but I think the best drums I've heard was a cut in on a song by Nancy Sinatra, Frankie's daughter. So here you have Frank Sinatra, see, and then Nancy Sinatra with Drummer Man, and I did not plan either one of those. I mean, I did not plan Drummer Man to come in, but once I saw it, and then I saw how it flowed with the very next song, which is Conga, that's how we put it together in the wagon. We're sliding all over the highway. You know, oil slicks here and there, but that's how I think, that's how my brain says it could work. So we'll give you the 4, just like that, and then we'll come back for a halt, give you a preview of what's going on. So we'll do the 4 now. Hopefully that made some kind of sense. Hell if I know. But that's what we do in the wagon. And I am just a little bit off the trail today, enjoying everything about that. I think it's a great day, so don't take it the wrong way. But I think it's time for me to come a little closer to what the Wilder wagon is supposed to, and that is play the tunes for you. So let's crank a few up, see how they sound.
Time shakes, found you at the water. At first you were my father, now I
love you like a brother. Earthquakes shake the dust behind you. This world at times will blind you. Still I know I see you there. Come a little closer than you see. Come on, come on, come on. Things are not always what they seem to be. Come on, come on, come on. Do you understand the things that you can see? Come on, come on, come on. Do you understand the things that you can dream of? Come a little closer than you see. Heart breaks, the heavy words upon your shoulders. Where we burn on just smolder. Somehow I know I found you there. Wanna see if you can change it, change it. Still I know I see you there. Come a little closer than you see. Come on, come on, come on. Things are always what they seem to be. Do you understand the things that you can see? Come on, come on, come on. Do you understand the things that you can dream of? Come a little closer than you see. Come a little closer than you see. People stand alone now, and in the evening the sun sets. Tomorrow it will rise. Time flies by, they all sing along. Time flies by, they all sing along. Time flies by, they all sing along. Time flies by. Come a little closer than you see. Come on, come on, come on. Come a little closer than you see. Come a little closer than you see. Come a little closer than you see.
We know of an ancient radiation that haunts dismembered constellations, a faintly glimmering radio station. While Frank Sinatra sings stormy weather, the flies and spiders get along together. Cobwebs fall on an old skipping record.
Beyond the suns that guard this roost, beyond your flowers of flaming truth, beyond your latest ad campaigns, an old man sits collecting stamps in a room all filled with Chinese lamps. He saves what others throw away. He says that he'll be rich someday. We know of an ancient radiation that haunts dismembered constellations, a faintly glimmering radio station. ancient radiation that haunts dismembered constellations, a faintly glimmering radio station. While Frank Sinatra sings stormy weather, the flies and spiders get along together. Cobwebs fall on an old skipping record.
RadioWilder.com. Around the world, up your street, and all over the place. 60 years of music, stories, and life.
Shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. conga. Don't you fight it till you try to do that conga beat.
Whoa, Grace, take it easy. He's playing the drums back here, trying to get along with Conga by Gloria Estefan in the Miami Sound Machine. Pretty fabulous career she had. Tough lady, good grinder, and she earned everything as she got in her life. And she's still rolling around very nicely right now. Has a huge ATM balance, I'm sure. Let's take a little peek down the road. I don't even know if I've done 48. I haven't done 48. So it doesn't matter. I can always talk from now on every second about the fabulous, fabulous Heart of Gold 45 record adapter table. There's no way by me describing that you can have any idea about the beauty and the greatness of it. But when it goes up in the raffle or lottery, however we figure this thing out, you're going to want to put your money in for a long shot. And if you don't, it's just like anything else. You go to the slot machine, you want to put your 50. We'll probably do 50 or 100. Take your shot at it. I don't care if you're in, who knows where, Sri Lanka. If you win it, you'll get it. If not, who knows? Maybe we can get Jack to create another one uniquely for the Wilder wagon. They're done musically inclined. Everything here is done with the music in mind, so you'll enjoy that. And then the anniversary show, it's out of control. I have no idea how it's going to be now, but we want to make sure the content on it is great for you and great to celebrate what's happened in this 1 year, to do our best to represent how the jalopy is zoomed down the highway from a little 4-cylinder. Remember that little Henry J we talked about? To a big old bruising V8. I got a rocket of my own out in the garage. But I don't know. I don't think it's moved as fast as our little jalopy here. It hasn't done that. Well, I appreciate everybody letting me tell you how much that meant to me. And hopefully you can feel through the microphone in the show that it resonated with our whole family today. Gary Hampson in apartment 1. That's in his apartment number. I'm not going to give addresses or anything, in Philly. And what he said and how he felt. And I know we gave life to him today, and he gave life to us and made us appreciate our time on the planet and made us really appreciate the greatness of music. And that's just all there is to it. It was in his life, and it is in his life. It's in ours, and those are the notes that bind. Let's finish her off here. We got a little Guns N' Roses for Mr. Jim Bramer from the HDA Trucking Emporium. Then we have Love is Like Oxygen. Mike LeBeau brought it in, said, do you have this song? And we did, of course, and now we put it on for him. He hit it at the right time. It's done by The Sweet, the best of Sweet. We're going to take it out because this is not the end of the world, but we're going to let Elvis. I like it, and I like the beat in this, which gives us about 3 or 4 songs. How'd you like the drummer man with Nancy? Guy played some nice drums, didn't he? Nancy Sinatra. 68? And then when you hear Elvis at the end taking it out, but it's Waiting for the End of the World, Mr. The other Elvis Costello, My Aim is True, 1977. So let's go. Let's have a big hand for everybody today. Let's have a big hand for life, and happy to enjoy it, and get off more on life if you can. Pay more attention to life, because there are people that the light bulb of life is dim and it's wavering like a candle. So you want to make sure that you either give them a little help. Don't blow it out. Give them a little help, and make sure your own candle, do whatever the hell you can to share love with other people. And music makes us all happy, makes us all feel good. But most of us don't maybe really realize it until you have a session like today, how it can be. Okay, Mr. Melodramatic, you've said your piece today. We'll take her out with 3. Look forward to next week. Davey, Terry, Chrissy, Marlene, me, Shelley. I don't know how many times I ever put Shelley on, but Shelley loves the program. I just got 3 requests in today. Mike, all our great contributors, all of you guys in London. Let's not forget you guys in London, boys over there. Lester and the rest of you guys, we appreciate that. So take it out with music, and more music. Hasta la vista.
voice in the air. Some things are better left unsaid. I'm gonna spend my days in bed. I'll walk the streets at night to be hidden by the city lights. City
Listening to RadioWilder.com. Yes, your GPS found the mark for great music, great stories, and this crazy thing called life. All right here on RadioWilder.com every Friday. Thanks for listening.